This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Oh, we have no 3-2.
No, I was just a man casually picking his phone up. There we go.
Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, December 2nd. I'm Tori here with my brothers, Al and Jeff. How are you guys doing?
Great, Jeff. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Great start.
Yeah.
Good start so far.
It's glossy. We got Lindsay joining us from home who can also make fun of how awful that beginning was. How are you?
No countdown. You guys got to stay ready.
We were not ready. We were not. All right, Lindsay, we're going to start off with some really good news, which I'm excited about, some promising vaccine news. Britain has approved the Pfizer vaccine for use in that country and will begin to roll it out within days.
Wow.
So this is the very first vaccine that's been authorized for use that's backed up by rigorous scientific review. While that's great news for British citizens, a lot of people are asking, what about us in the U.S.? You know what I'm saying? And they do this when they say it. Well, yesterday, this man, the commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration, was summoned to the White House to explain why the agency hasn't moved faster to authorize the vaccine here in America. As you know, Trump has the Operation Warp Speed. He's trying to get everything done really fast. There's a meeting scheduled now to discuss its use, but that won't happen until December 10th. What do you think about the UK being before America? Does that bother either of you?
I actually prefer it. Right? Why not? I mean, if we're going to be 100% honest here, let's be honest. I want to see as many people as we can get this vaccine and see how their body handles all that, right?
Preferably with an ocean in between you and those
which
people.
Which is great,
yeah.
which is great, right? I mean, I'm sorry, UK, but I'm sure you'd feel the same way if we.
Sure.
I'm sure all of the world wants America to try it first.
Somebody's got to go first.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm with it.
Al, you're fine with it?
I'm fine with it. I would like to see. I think that the way that this country has handled the coronavirus outbreak up until this point has not been great. So we need to, at least if we're not going to go first, continue to ramp up our efforts to distribute the vaccine as soon as possible.
Right.
So I just hope that that's what they're working on. So they're like, okay, the UK is good. Then almost kind of flood the market with it because it's an emergency.
Yeah.
Economically, people's mental health, it's an emergency.
Yeah. Do you guys know the last time Taiwan is doing an amazing job with the coronavirus? You know the last coronavirus case they had? No. April 12th.
Really?
People are flocking there because they're doing such a good job.
Well, that's not good for Taiwan.
Right.
And we don't, listen, let's be honest, like seriously, we don't know the true numbers coming out of different countries, especially China. We don't know what's going on over there. So,
very true.
You know,
but Taiwan has become a pilgrimage because it's handling it very well.
Not anymore. You just let the cat out of the bag.
Sorry, guys. Well, speaking of the coronavirus, there was an outbreak of COVID-19 at a recent swingers event in New Orleans, Linz. Believe it or not.
Why are you shouting Lindsay out?
Lindsay,
No,
why? You put her on this.
Don't shout me out
Why
right
did we
there.
get this from your website, Lindsay?
No.
Lindsay, wink, wink.
No, I haven't gotten to her. I apologize. That was not a wink wink. I wanted her opinion. Believe it or not, the 5-day Naughty in Nolans convention last month became
5 days.
I know. It became a super spreader event after at least 41 swingers tested positive for coronavirus. The event's host says they did everything possible to stay safe, including touchless check-ins.
Is that what we're worried about?
Testing folks who attended the event, but it just clearly wasn't enough. Again, I'm going to Lindsay simply for her opinion on this
Lindsay, are you
matter.
and Colin coming over for Christmas? You never got my e-bike. You never answered.
We left it in the mail. We're going to double check, read through it, and make sure we got all the details.
Safer. What do you think about this?
I feel like, so everyone in New Orleans needs to calm down. Like, Mardi Gras was one of the first super spreader events. Like,
it was.
I understand people like to swing with your lifestyle, you know, do whatever you want, but like now is not the time. It's not the time for a swingers event, even if you got tested. And I know they said that on the last day is the day that it really went haywire, when people started to get more relaxed, but that naturally is gonna happen. If you hang out with people for 5 days, you're gonna start thinking, okay, no one has COVID here, but the measure to be up to par the entire time, day 1 through 5. So just skip it.
They said they did the best they could to stay safe. Well, they shouldn't have had it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not having it is the best thing to stay safe.
We can't
sacrifice a little. I mean, we went through wars, right? You can stop swinging.
We've left it up to every individual state to do what they want. So if you want to travel for Thanksgiving, Jeff, travel. If you want to do your fantasy football draft in person, okay, there's nothing to stop people. So yes, swingers is a salacious thing that people are talking about, but every event, if you want to do it, it's okay for your friends. Right. Everybody else should stay at home, but hey, it's my 50th anniversary. Hey, I'm getting married.
But swingers, Al, you're really mingling there with a lot of different people.
Mingling.
Yeah. Right, that's how you stay on the air, Jeff.
I could totally take this down a different path. Yes. But let's be serious. We pick and choose what we want to call super spreader events, right? The wedding in New Jersey, super spreader event. Swinging, super spreader event. All 40 people, right? White House, super spreader event. We pick and choose what we want to call super spreader events.
Well, they also have had research that says, like, the big BLM protests that came out during that huge time where everyone was packed in. Actually, they didn't create
We didn't
a
have a surge in numbers because of that protest.
That's what the research has said. You can disbelieve.
Okay,
but they were largely outdoors versus I think you're going to swing indoors if you're swinging.
Okay,
so I think that's the big difference. Is that a lot of these outdoor versus indoor things.
Okay, I don't want to start this whole thing here, but I have to say it because it's crazy not to. 41 people were at this thing, 50 people in the White House. That's super spreader. You don't think out of all of the BLM protests throughout the country, 50 people contracted COVID?
I think most people wore masks, to be honest, and were outside.
Listen, are we seriously saying that?
That's what research has shown.
We're not saying that more than 50 people, which is all these super spreader events,
Jeff,
contracted.
The research says that they did not create a spike, and they have seen other things where people were more inside and touching each other than the BLM protests. I'm just telling you what the research says.
Okay, show me the research.
Right now.
Actually, there were 250 people at the New Orleans event, and 41 people got infected.
Okay.
Good to know. Okay, moving on to the president. He hosted a Christmas party at the White House last night and talked about possibly running again in 2024. Meantime, there are multiple reports that the president discussed preemptively pardoning his 3 eldest children. Now, the president and his family have been the targets of multiple investigations, and some say this may shield them from criminal prosecution. So, DBL Nation, we want to know what you think. Should the president preemptively pardon his family? Go to dblvote.com to share your opinion. I've studied the pardon for a long, long time, and even when it was first introduced in 1787, George Mason said, what if he has not the power of pardoning? He might pardon crimes which were advised by himself. It may happen in some future day he will establish a monarchy and destroy the republic if he has the power of granting pardons before indictment or conviction. Is that what we're seeing here?
You know, Tori, what you just read was very elegant, and really, I see that we are living in that. I really do think that. But if we stop for a second and think about the beautiful gift that is the presidential pardon to change somebody's life. We've seen people, we've interviewed people that have gotten out of jail for something that they did not do, return them back to society, even if it's 10, 15, 25 years later. That is a gift that nobody in the world has except the president. And to do that for your cronies and your kids, I think is absolutely despicable. I think it is such a gift. It's almost like the hand of God to change somebody's life.
It's an incredible amount of power.
And he has it. He can do all this. Just so if you're asking, a lot of people wrote me, can he do this preemptively? The pardon basically has no restrictions. And some people say he could pardon himself. And that's a question philosophically and ethically people are asking.
Listen, Donald Trump, whenever you put Donald Trump in front of a story, it gets very sensitive. Just like the last subject, just because I said BLM, it doesn't, I'm talking about a group of people. It gets very sensitive, right? People jump to a conclusion. Now, let's have a conversation. Would Big Jeff pardon his family if he were the president? 100% yes. Yes, I would. I'd take care of my family, my own, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I would pardon everybody in my family to keep them safe, because I would do anything to keep my family safe.
All right, Lindsay laughed. Do you agree with Jeff on this real quick?
I think that Jeff, you're saying you pardon your family. Would your family be in a situation where they needed to be pardoned? I think that's the big question. And then also, he did tweet on Tuesday that this is fake news. So nobody knows what's going on right now. It's all just speculation, hearsay. Nobody really knows if he plans on pardoning people for things that have yet to be indicted or anything.
True. Let's check the megaphone. It's true. We don't know yet. 88% of you say, no, he shouldn't. I'll just tell you what I think. He'll pardon them all. He will pardon everyone because he has that power.
Would you pardon your family?
I don't think they'd be in that situation, but I hear you.
No. Hypothetically, right. I'm not putting your family in that situation.
It's a good point.
Would you pardon Joe Exotic?
No. He had a hitman out for a woman.
Would you pardon your family? Would you pardon your sister?
I would definitely pardon Joe Exotic.
Oh, wow.
Lindsay from left field.
Coming up on DBL.
Wait, she didn't answer the question.
TV legal pro, I'm so excited for this. Dan Abrams chats with Jeff and tackles no-knock warrants. Is it time for them to go? And imagine breaking up and filling out a relationship exit survey. Would you do it? That's next. Welcome back to DBL. Relationships can be difficult to navigate. Ships, relationships, navigate. There's a new dating trend that is raising some...
You should have been staring at the ocean.
I'm sorry. I thought that was
saying that nonsense.
Well, there's some interesting new things going on in relationships. Exit surveys. You heard me right. One man in Britain posted pictures of the exit survey he was sent by an ex with questions like, how attractive did you find me? How would you rate my personality? And what is my best feature? This survey also got a little more specific, asking how would you rate the sex on a scale from 1 to 10. They even put the bubbles in?
I like the bubbles.
I do like the bubbles.
Did you like filling out the bubbles as a kid?
Okay, I was totally thrown off by the beginning of that, so I was in my head making fun of Tori without talking. And I thought this was for a job interview. And I was like, how is this? I was like, wait, what? Okay, I got the story way wrong.
So what do you think about this? Would you do an exit survey?
No, absolutely not. Because usually when you exit from a relationship, you're not really happy with the other person and vice versa. So it's like, no.
Yeah, and also, let's say you do an exit strategy and the person that breaks up with you, they do agree to fill it out and they send it back and you take that information in. I feel like you can be the same person and be totally wrong for the one person and completely the perfect match for Jordan.
So it doesn't matter what it means.
If your personality is wrong for this person, but it's going to be right for Jordan, but you change your behavior based on what this last relationship says, when you meet Jordan, she'd be like, why are you doing this? And why are you being weird now?
100%.
Your natural personality is going to be kind of suppressed. I don't know.
I think that's fair. Lindsay, do you agree with Al that this actually isn't very helpful with compatibility?
Al knows that I'm a whole grandma. I wrote somebody a goodbye email when I was breaking up with them and said, read this and then give me a call. So I am the perfect person for this. I actually would love to go back and get an exit survey like that Hulu series, what's it called, High Fidelity. She goes back and wants to find out what the reason is so that you can just improve. And that might be the dweeb in me and all that stuff. I know you guys hate that. But why not give good criticism? If they were annoying and it was all them, then whatever. But if it was like, hey, listen, you just are nagging way too much, fine.
That's a good
accept
point.
That criticism.
I ended my relationship with one guy and we were really good friends still, and we actually were roommates, and I wouldn't have minded to find out, like, hey, you know what, you do that not nicely.
Yeah, you would be able to take that. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, I look at somebody like Tori, Jeff, and you know this human being as well or better than I do. Tori is like such a unique individual that like any kind of feedback she would get from anybody that broke up with her, I think she's got to find the perfect people that like, you're such a unique person.
Saying not a lot of people
Listen, as much as I know you, you would not handle that feedback well.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you are a bad person for those reasons. It means you guys weren't compatible. It has nothing to do with you. And plus, when you're 20 years old, aren't you like, I was the bad person in that relationship. I screwed that up, not her. Yeah, so it has nothing, I don't need to hear that bad feedback. Yeah. Just like you don't want that dwelling in your head, and that'll dwell on your head for the rest of your life.
He knows me well. Yes. Coming up on DBL, Jeff chats with legal heavyweight Dan Abrams. What does he really think of the decision to cancel live PD after the George Floyd protests? I can't wait for this interview, and I'm not kidding. That's coming up next.
Welcome back to DBL. When it comes to legal minds on TV, few match Dan Abrams. Earlier, he weighed in on no-knock warrants and the cancellation of his show Live PD in the wake of the George Floyd protests. That's today's Chatting with the Stars. Dan Abrams, welcome back to DBL. Now, you're here to tell us all about the highly anticipated Season 3 of Court Cam. But first, Dan, I gotta ask you about Live PD. I thought it provided a very unique perspective on who the police were and what they go through on a daily basis, right? Do you think it was a good idea to pull that show?
I made it clear when it was, canceled that I was sorry that they were doing that. But I definitely think there's a future for Live PD. For those who say we need to be able to see what police officers are doing more often, I think that's what Live PD does, and I certainly hope it comes back.
I would love to get your legal take on no-knock warrants in the wake of Breonna Taylor's death. A couple weeks ago, we had Nancy Grace on our show, and she argued that no-knock warrants are constitutional and therefore should not be banned.
That's throwing out the baby with the bathwater. So whoever's screaming that needs to go and read the law books and find out why we have no-knock provisions.
Well, look, they may be constitutional, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're a good idea. Look, I understand the reason behind no-knock warrants, right? You want to prevent people from flushing drugs down the toilet, for example. I don't, in my personal opinion, think it's worth the risk. I have concerns about no-knock warrants, and I would support getting rid of them. And I talk to a lot of police officers who feel that way as well, because they think it's risky for them. And we're primarily talking about drug cases. And when you're talking about drug cases and you're risking both the safety of the people inside and potentially of the officers, I don't think it's worth it.
All right, so Court Cam returns, Dan, for Season 3 tonight, and we all know there are some stupid criminals out there. You've shown us guys jumping off of balconies, driving through courthouses. What's the most outrageous thing that your cameras have caught?
Look, the whole show is about these, sort of unbelievable, outrageous moments, but it's not just outrage, right? I mean, part of it is humanity. Part of it is seeing, people who are victims, family members getting so angry they can't control themselves. And then just the flip side of that is a victim's family member who in sentencing decides to forgive.
Last season, I remember specifically, we all saw a very emotional moment where a father forgave a man for his role he played in murdering his son and even hugged him. It was a very emotional episode. Are there any emotional moments like this in the upcoming season?
A mother is in court for the sentencing of a guy who had gunned down her son. He was 14 at the time, and he and two other, youths were involved in a robbery and ended up shooting this guy. And the mother is, truly heartbroken, right? I mean, clearly this is a mother who was really close with her son. And she decides that it's not going to help for her to be angry and for her to want vengeance. And she decides instead to come to court at his sentencing and plead for forgiveness. And she ends up hugging the defendant's mother and saying, I want to be part of your life. I'm going to come visit this kid. So I ended up interviewing her, and I can tell you that as I interviewed her, like, I had like tears welling up. It was just so emotional for me talking to her and hearing her, you know, her words, but yet you could tell how angry she is, and she's somehow not conveying that. And she was someone who really inspired me.
Well, Dan Abrams, you're the best, buddy. Thank you so much for chatting with us here on Daily Blast Live. And DBL Nation, you can catch Season 3 of Court Cam premiering tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on A&E. Again, Dan, thanks. Come back anytime, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a good one. We'll be right back, everybody.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Back to DBL. The clock is ticking if you haven't participated in open enrollment yet, and you won't believe how many people are taking advantage this year. We're chatting about it in this DBL Health Alert presented by Health Markets. So more than 758,000 people selected healthcare plans in the third week of open enrollment. That is a 41% increase over last year. That's amazing. So what does that mean? When you break down the numbers, a majority of those who enrolled were renewing coverage, but a good chunk were new in the wake of the COVID crisis. Most open enrollment periods close December 15th, so please act quickly if you haven't yet. There are so many plans out there. It's all about finding the right one for you. We've made it easy to find the best and most cost-effective Medicare Advantage plan. Just call 1-800-800-9974. And please use this to your advantage. That's why it's there. All right, we got a couple comments. Someone wrote me and says, Barbara from Facebook, and I've gotten a lot of DMs about this. Isn't preemptive pardon an oxymoron? No. Just so you guys know, there's almost nothing more powerful than the presidential pardon, and they can even say you can't sue or charge anyone in the future for anything related to that. It's so powerful.
What's your favorite oxymoron?
Jumbo shrimp.
Oh, dang, that was mine.
I don't know if I have one.
Lindsay, what's yours?
You got an oxymoron?
I don't have one. Who has one? That's
Jumbo shrimp.
hilarious.
Me and Tori, whoa.
Not cool. DBL's new every day. Bye, Lindsay. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.